You never really know who's watching your pain until the person you least expect shows up at your door. That's how everything began for Daniel Reed, a man who once had it all: a wife, a home filled with laughter, and dreams that felt unbreakable. But 2 months after his divorce, his life had turned into something he didn't recognize anymore. His little house on the edge of town was quiet now, too quiet except for the soft humming of his 6-year-old daughter, Emily, who tried her best to keep him smiling. Every morning Daniel woke up early, packed Emily's school lunch, and forced himself to go to work at the auto shop. Grease on his hands, worry in his chest, and emptiness in his eyes, that was his new normal. He didn't talk much to anyone anymore. Not after how things ended with Claire. His ex-wife, Claire, had left him saying she needed to find herself, but the truth was, she'd already found someone else. That betrayal had ripped something deep out of Daniel, not just love, but trust. And every night, after putting Emily to bed, he'd sit alone on the couch, replaying every moment in his mind, wondering what he could have done differently. Then, one cold evening, as rain poured outside and the wind howled through the cracks of his front porch, there was a knock at the door. Daniel frowned. It was nearly 10 p.m. He wiped his hands on a towel, walked to the door, and opened it slowly. As standing there, drenched in rain, was Claire's younger sister, Lily. He froze. She looked nothing like he remembered. Her hair was longer, her eyes swollen from crying, and she clutched a small backpack tightly in her hands. Lily? What are you doing here? Her lips trembled. Daniel. I had nowhere else to go. For a few seconds, he just stared at her, stunned. The last time they'd spoken was at his wedding 8 years ago. She was only 19 back then, bright, reckless, and full of laughter. Now, she looked broken. He stepped aside silently, and she walked in, dripping rain onto the floor. She sat on the couch, hugging her knees, and Daniel could tell she'd been through something bad. You're freezing, he said softly, grabbing a towel for her. What happened? Her voice cracked. I left home. Claire told everyone I was the reason for your divorce. She made our parents hate me. Daniel, I swear I didn't. He cut her off gently. Hey. It's okay. You don't owe me any explanations. You can stay here tonight. That night, after Emily was asleep, Daniel sat across from Lily at the small dining table. They really talked, for the first time in years. She told him everything: how Claire had changed after the marriage, how controlling she'd become, and how she twisted everyone's mind against Daniel to justify leaving him. I didn't know who to believe, Lily whispered, wiping her tears. But when I saw you at the grocery store last week with Emily, smiling like nothing happened, it broke me. You didn't deserve any of this. Daniel's eyes softened. Lily, sometimes we lose people we love so we can learn who we are without them. They sat in silence after that, the sound of the rain filling the room, two broken souls trying to breathe again. Over the next few days, Lily stayed with them. She cooked, helped Emily with school, and even repaired the broken curtain rods Daniel had ignored for months. Slowly, laughter began returning to the house, small, hesitant, but real. Emily adored Lily. She started calling her Auntie Sunshine, and Daniel couldn't help but smile at how naturally Lily fit into their lives, but not everyone was happy about it. One afternoon, Daniel received a message from Claire. I know my sister is with you. She's using you, Daniel. Don't fall for it. He didn't reply. But that night, when Lily found him staring blankly at his phone, she whispered, she's trying to control you again, isn't she? He sighed. She still knows which buttons to press. Lily looked at him with quiet determination. Then don't let her. You've spent enough time letting her decide how you feel. For the first time, Daniel saw strength in Lily's eyes, a fire he hadn't seen in a long time, not even in himself. She wasn't the shy girl he remembered, she was someone who had learned how to fight for peace. Weeks passed. Life began to feel normal again. Daniel laughed more, Emily sang louder, and Lily smiled like she finally belonged somewhere. The three of them started going to the park together, cooking dinners, fixing up the garden. The loneliness that once filled the house had faded, but then came the day Claire showed up. It was Saturday morning. Emily was playing in the backyard when the knock came, sharp, demanding. Daniel opened the door, and there she was, looking furious. Where is she? Claire snapped. Inside, he said calmly. But before you say anything, I can't believe this, she shouted. My sister and my ex-husband? How pathetic can you two be? Lily stepped into the doorway, her face pale but composed. Claire, stop it. You've hurt enough people. Claire's voice dripped with venom. You think he loves you? He's just lonely. You'll never be me, Lily. Daniel stepped between them, his tone steady. You're right, Claire. She'll never be you. And thank God for that. Claire froze. The silence that followed was heavy, the kind that carries years of pain and release all at once. Lily's eyes filled with tears, but this time they weren't from sadness. Daniel looked at her, and in that moment, something shifted. It wasn't love yet, not the romantic kind, but it was the beginning of something honest, something built from healing rather than heartbreak. After Claire left, Daniel turned to Lily. You didn't deserve the things she said. Lily smiled faintly. Neither did you. But maybe this was meant to happen. Maybe all of it was. That evening, as the sun set and Emily fell asleep between them on the couch, Daniel whispered, 2 months ago I thought my life was over. Now, I think it's just starting again. Lily rested her head on his shoulder. Sometimes the people who come back into your life aren't meant to remind you of pain, they're meant to help you heal it. And in that quiet, peaceful room filled with second chances, Daniel finally understood life doesn't always give you the ending you expect, but sometimes, it gives you the one you need most, because sometimes, the person who knocks on your door in the middle of the storm is the one who helps you find your way home again.